Okay, welcome everyone. This is our session 49. Can't believe we're already 49 sessions in. It's pretty crazy. And today, unfortunately, Samad is out. He might be busy with family, so he might make it, but at this time he's not here. So let's just see how that goes. But we do have everyone else. So welcome to Megan and Rachel and Sean. I've done a couple of updates on the homepage as I've kind of explained to everybody before I started recording. And let's see. I will say this session I did quite a bit of planning on or something because I had no idea where you guys were gonna go. So fingers crossed. Let's see if this works. But a lot of things you've got a lot of potential things going on, and let me start off by asking if someone wants to kind of just give a short recap of last session's going on. If nobody
Looking at you, Meg.
if nobody volunteers, that's okay. I can totally fill it in too. But let me know if somebody wants to
I'll
fill.
go volunteers. So last time, train made its way into Cyan. We step off the train just in time to hear that they are about to have the speech from the Prime Minister. Mikage is a little overwhelmed. Everyone is taking in the sights. We make our way to the town square. Um, and as about halfway, if not a little bit further into the minister's speech, we see Fira appear, and or Pan sees Fira, and she begins to summon the um, the little black shadow imps and starts calling, like raining them down on the people. So we start trying to fight off the shadow creatures, but she just keeps sending more and more and more. Um, Day and Pan makes it close to her and tries to call, like, appeal to her better senses, call for Fira to like kind of snap out of it, but you can tell um, the 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 thing from the other world just keeps his control over her. Uh, So for some reason, so in the meantime, we're all trying to fight off the shadow creatures. Um, Dave is trying to like fight off a devil, if I remember right. Can you confirm?
That is
One of the
correct.
bearded devils,
Yep. Bearded devil with
and
snake for a beard. Yep.
yeah, ultimately, ultimately, Fira retreats. She is just weakened and tired, and we're left to deal with the wounded and try and make sure Ori manages to keep the prime minister safe. Bodhi is there. They She manages to get everyone into the capital main building, um, and most of their group seems to be okay and inside, but everyone is going to be probably be coming out trying to assess the damage and find out what's going on.
That's perfect. That's awesome. Does anyone want to add anything to that? Okay. Cool. Very cool. All right. I'll put everybody back into view on Cyan. And I know I had some trouble with the audio last time. Let me know if it cuts in and out again. I will cut it off. It makes me sad. I want to have the music going, but if it doesn't work, just let me know. Okay. Turn on a little bit. Okay, there we go. Okay. So at this point, you are surveying the wreckage all around the town. It is. Goodness, stop it. Audio, come on. Okay, you're surveying the damage all around. There are bodies littering the town square. You're going to see bodies of not only all these imp-like creatures and shadow creatures that you've killed and slayed, but also, unfortunately, just dozens and dozens of citizens as well too. You, if you recall, there was a chimera that was there as well that showed up towards the end, and Ori, in her quick thinking, was able to start torching some of these imps and start feeding it to the Chimera. The Chimera, summoned by these smells, started walking over to it. And, you remember him just basically chowing down on these imp-like creatures, diverting his attention away from the children that were underneath the wagon that you were able to hide, right? As there finally is a bit of a calm as Fira has escaped or retreated, you look around and you see that guards are coming out. They're trying to save and rescue whoever is still alive and just check everyone around too. You also see some of the guards start poking and prodding. They're starting to move the Chimera away. Ori, as you're standing at top and you're looking, trying to make sure that the Prime Minister and all the other officials are inside, they've slowly retreated inside. But as you look out into the town square, you see the Chimera, and he kind of he looks at you, almost kind of like he raises his eyebrows a little bit. You see almost kind of like a warm smile, if you were, okay? But then all of a sudden, that warm smile immediately turns into a growl as the guards start poking him and prodding him away, and they take him away in shackles, okay? Trying to capture him, more or less. At this point, anybody who is alive has already retreated to some safe space, and unfortunately, all the dead bodies are all around. At this point, you guys have a couple things on your mind in terms of what to do, but I'll let y'all discuss now. You've got the Prime Minister inside with Bodhi as well as all the other officials. You've also got, this Chimera that is being led away. And then you've also, don't forget, one of your missions here was to talk to Ori's dad.
You're cutting.
Yeah,
it's cutting out now?
Cutting in and out.
Fudge. That does not make me happy at all. I'm turning down the volume a little bit. I don't know if that'll help at all. And I'll just play it again.
If you got headphones, that might work better.
All right, let me give that a try and see. I've had issues with headphones as well too, so let me see if this works. But anyways, let me turn off the sound and I'm gonna turn on the headphones just a moment. But so did you guys catch what I was last saying? Kind of your three things that you are looking into so far?
Chimeras,
Chimera.
Prime Minister, and
Your
Yeah,
dad.
the last one.
Okay.
Ori's dad.
Ori's.
oh my, okay.
Okay. I'm gonna turn on headphones. I'll let you guys discuss what you guys would like to do.
Well, definitely want to see why the fuck Bodhi's here. As the, what was it, Secretary of Defense, whatever he was, because the Prime Minister, it has to.
Any thoughts, Dave? Okay, so I have some context, but I'm a little confused on what the order is. I know you guys want to go try and rescue the Chimera. You also want to talk to the Prime Minister. And it sounds like you're talking to your dad is kind of moved down in the priority list. Is that right? Okay, so in this case, for Pan, he is keeping an eye out because he was atop the building. He was trying to convince Fira to come back. Let's say that at this time, he's still just keeping a lookout, hoping that he'll be able to catch an eye on her. Tells you guys to go on ahead. You guys make it over to the Capitol. Everyone, you all regroup there at the Capitol. I'm sorry, in the Capitol building. And at this point, a lot of the officials, including Bodhi, have moved on. The Prime Minister, you see her shuffling off into a court uh, that she is just walking into. A lot of guards are helping escort her, just making sure that she's safe along the way, too. So, my just go ahead. She sees you, but however, the guards are still continuing to push her into the court at this point. Okay. As you push in, yeah, you make your way in. You see some guards trying to, block your way. However, you see the mage hand just kind of, slowly just shift them to the side a little bit, kind of parts them like the Red Sea, as you make your way in. All right. And then let's go to. Okay. You all are inside now. You see the Prime Minister. She is sitting in her chair. Her hand is, her brows are furrowed. She's rubbing her temples. She's covered in soot and dirt and damage. And luckily she isn't harmed. But however, she is very shook by the going-ons. What would you like to do? Yes, please come forward to me. Oh, I cannot thank you enough for rescuing me and for all of my associates. It is this is quite a shocker, as I'm sure this. Let's see. He is not. At this point, it's just her in the royal chamber. Everybody else is gone. Well, I'm sure. I don't know if you know this, but our city, our country has been going through quite a bit of downturn, especially with many of the antagonism against all these tieflings, and it has been my hope to somehow reconcile this conflict between our people, because it is truly creating a schism, a chasm that I am fear that we cannot bridge anymore. However, it is with what just happened. I don't know if we can heal. I hope that we can, and that was what my speech was about. I wanted to help restore the faith in our country, in our people, in our goodwill, and also to help bridge that gap with our fellow tiefling citizens as well. But I don't know if the people will be able to forgive now after this. Who are the others that you speak of? Hmm. Well, I am open to listening to your friends. However, my attentions right now are dedicated to Voltier and to the capital of Cyan. These are my people. I must help and do whatever I can to protect them. But I am happy to hear you out, to listen to your friends. I mean, you have saved and rescued my life as well as many of us here. So, in that, am indebted to you. But however, with all the things going on right now, I cannot promise you that I can dedicate any more time to this, to any matters. Well, that is pretty important, so yes, you have my attention there. Very well, that's fine. Yes, bring them in. So, Pan in this case, he is out. So just keep in mind that he's still, atop a tower, looking, keeping surveillance. However, the guards usher in Dave and Mikage into the court, the royal court as well, so that you all are present and able to talk to the prime minister. Bodhi has been an esteemed member of the Defensive Council of Altier for many years. In fact, he was here before I got here. I was just recently elected, only under a year ago or so. So he has been serving faithfully and dutifully to the country of Altier for many years. I would imagine that he is with the other officials and they are deliberating over what to do. Uh, Unfortunately, I do have a little bit of an idea, as they have brought forward some measures to me to review. Uh, Now, while I have stayed their hand for some time to prevent heavy efforts, however, I don't know that I will be able to persuade them or veto these particular items going forward, especially after in light of this particular attack, as gruesome as it is. I find that very hard to believe. Unless you can substantiate this with some proof or something, I find the claim quite extraordinary, to say the least. I'm sorry, say that again? What was that? Well, that is very convenient, don't you think? I must consult with my intel to confirm this. I need to confirm this for myself, because that is quite the claim. I don't know if I can believe you on face value just like this. Granted, I know that you have saved our people, but at the same time, this is quite a claim, and especially against a very trusted advisor that I have here, who has been serving Valtier for many years, again, before I even was elected. So I in good faith, will have someone go confirm these details. But however, it's very difficult for me to just accept this. Yes, you may. I appreciate your offer for help, and I will do what I can to assist you as well too. As I said, I am indebted to you and your friends for rescuing us during this time. It is, as you say, it is a bit suspicious given the timing of the attack. However, I cannot just immediately say that this was coordinated in some way or another. However, given recent or semi-recent events, I mean, these skirmishes and attacks between Tieflings and the people of Altier have not been just happening recently. They have been happening for some time now. And so it is going to be difficult to confirm or deny such claims that you are making or so. I will say the Council of Defense has been pushing me, in fact, imploring that we set up some type of perimeter or start rounding up the Tieflings. And as I've said, I've tried to maintain the peace. I want them to stay happy and to keep all of Valterians just content. Because anytime we are divided, of course, and that is room for hatred and despair to grow. However, as I said from before, they are making overt actions now to potentially, whether to move out, to arrest, to put certain Tieflings under under surveillance. I fear that those actions will have to go through, and it will be hard for me to deny the Council of Defense such requests, especially in light of these attacks. I will do what I can do. I will have them. I will make a request to the gods to avoid as such. And we will see. However, the gods, as I am again fairly new to this position, they are more keen on listening to the Council of Defense compared to me. So I will do what I can, but I cannot promise you your safety. But I will give you this bit of information. There have been many high-profile attacks against Tieflings as well too. Tieflings who are most would consider well-respected, and unfortunately they have not gone well. So there may have to be some sorts of martial law or something put in place for right now just to protect. So I cannot promise you again how things will go, but many high-profile Tieflings have been assassinated quite recently. So I fear, so if you see your father, tell him, protect him some way or another. We've had several Chimera attacks. Unfortunately, these are not timed well because the people seem to be blaming the Tieflings for these rise in Chimera attacks as well too. So I don't have as much intel on them yet. You may, if you would be interested, go speak to the Bureau of Information Technology, Classification and Horticulture. So that is a particular one you may go find some more information on. However, there is a guard station located outside where they are keeping these creatures that I know of. As far as I know, all the chimeras are taken there to be exterminated. At this time, it is. I fear that my power is waning in these events as things are pursuing forward. So I just ask that you protect our citizens, do what you can to watch for them, and I wish you all the best. Unfortunately, many of these things are political at this point, and I will try to do what I can to quell this going on. Yes. I agree with you completely, young tiefling, but sometimes these things are out of my hand. But I will do my best. I promise you that I will try to stop these injunction also. With that, yeah. Okay. Okay. You see her sit back down again, just, brows furrowed and just trying to assess. At this point now, you are out to go. She points you in the direction of some guards, lets you know that, to get some more information from them. So, let's. Okay, all right. I believe that you are an expert in chimera genitalia, Ori. I totally believe that. Okay, you make your way towards the base. It is a far. It's not too far of a walk outside the city walls. You go. Let me see. Can you see this or not? You should be able to see this, right? Okay. Let me put you guys all into the scene. 1, 2, and 3. You arrive at the location that the guards have pointed you to. As you make your way in, it is not the most secure of bases, the most secure bases that you've seen thus far. You see a few guards cooking and cooking a stew. There's a deep pit that goes down. You see a walkway going towards a large cave in the recessed region. You make your way in, and you can. It's a fairly bright day, so it's not too bad. The guards are sweating quite profusely under their heavy armor, but at the same time too, there's a reek smell of just decayed flesh and feces from animals and things like that. So it's not a very pleasant place to be. As you all walk up, the pungent smell hits your nose, and the humidity of just being in this space just kind of makes you sweat like a greasy sweat. It just doesn't leaves you with a feeling of uncomfortableness as you walk forward. But you see a guard standing at the foot where the path goes down, as well as a few others just kind of camped around. What would y'all like to do? He's at the monastery. It's like a Disney story. This is fantastic, guys. Correct. That is a good question, and let me look that up. My inkling is no, but I want to find out too. All right. Talk with. For the most part, as you look towards them, let me think. Give me a perception roll, I guess. Or since you're the one casting the spell, give me a perception roll. That's not bad. Okay. You look about you, most of them are dressed fairly the same. They're all wearing pretty much standard, standard equipment. However, there is one of them that seems to have a couple more badges on his lapel. He's the one sitting down here, if you can see my pointer, near the campfire. At this time, he is busy roasting a chicken. Seems to be pretty into it. You see him kind of turn his eye. You see him his head kind of turns a little bit just to look at you. But however, he looks at you with enough scorn that he kind of just turns away, just to let you know that he's looking. But at the same time, he turns his head away. However, you're trying to charm him now, so let's see how he does. And he needs to beat it. He does not beat it. So you see a spin of a purple haze kind of overtake his eyes, and he is effectively charmed at this point. But he's still busy eating his chicken right now. What would y'all like to do? He's much more receptive this time. He's much more receptive. This time he gets up from his seat. He sees you, and he starts off with a slow amble, but it picks up into a happy saunter as he moves over, and then now he pushes the other guard aside and says, "Hey, heard you call my name. How's it going?" He holds the sausages in his hand and he smells them. Oh man, are these those gator, deer, boar, rat ones that I've heard so much about? Oh man, these are. And you see his eyes light up immediately, and he's like, "Dude, you're the mascot for this? Oh man. My wife is totally not going to believe that I got to meet the mascot of this company." Well, come on then. Ushers for you to come in. And takes you, leads you down towards the fire where he starts roasting these delectable weenies. Move everybody down. There we go. Oh, sorry. I may have overshot you a little bit. Yep, this is where we take care of for the protection of the country. Oh, they're all held in that cave over there. Yep. We're going to get rid of them pretty soon. See how that goes. No, we have our ways, Can't tell you everything, little missy, due to a protocol and all. But trust me, those chimeras will not be hurting you and your friends here. His eyes kind of squint a little bit. He looks at you, Dave, and he's like, "Ooh, you got some intel for me? I need to know about these delectable weenies. They're my favorite." Okay. I could lose my job for this, but since you guys are sharing this, I think it'll be okay, because they're going to die anyways. It's going to be fine. We got something down in this cave to help take care of them. We don't even have to go in there, By the time that this thing takes care of it, we just walk away. I mean, it's all we need to do is just push them in there, wait a couple days, and everything's taken care of just fine. Whoa, this is pretty dangerous. I see you're pretty well equipped there, Missy, but it's pretty dangerous. I mean, I would not feel comfortable unless either myself go or all three of you go together. This is not a one-person thing just to go inside. These creatures are wild, feral creatures, you know, and top of that, I don't want to risk your lives here. Oh man, starts rubbing his hands. You can see him like drooling a little bit on the side as he's like listening intently to Dave. Did you just say, wait, antelope? Antelope. Ooh. You see that little bit of drool just goes a little bit further down his lips or so. He looks at Dave and he's just like, oh. I mean, normally my mouth would not water at the thought of crickets, but they are, keep in mind, very environmentally friendly, or so I heard. So it's a very green food source of protein, and I would not put it past the mascot of this company. So, oh, I can't wait! I can't wait for this. This is exciting. He starts clapping his hands. Oh, wish I could tell the guys about this, but okay, secret's safe with me. Go ahead, guys. Go inside. Again, be very careful. Okay, I cannot promise your safety. Once we let you in, we have to close it. Just be careful. That's all I can say. All right. We'll see. We will see. Yes, we will see. All right, here we go. He orders the guard at the gate to unlock it. The guard kind of looks at him questionably. But at the same time, too, not one to disobey orders. He pulls out a huge rack of keys, unlocks the gate, allows you to enter inside. All right? All right. Okay. You start descending into the cave. It's quite musty and humid in there, fairly dark. However, you see a small light at the end of the tunnel. As you make your way in, you can start to hear growls and, rats scurrying around or so. You make your way in, again, the smell of just feces and it's like you're front and center at a zoo, The smell and the humidity, again, just like cakes you in with this layer of dirt and sweat that, again, as you walk through, it's not feeling the cleanest a bit. And then, as you walk in, let me know when you guys can see this. You see a large circular cage. Inside, you notice immediately, you see two chimeras. One over in the corner and one down south or so. You see a large pit in the middle of the room, as well as two vents, two grates in front of you as well too. There's spikes outlining the walls. There's blood strewn about, as well as these creatures by chimeras. At this time, they're quite docile. They don't seem to be moving around all that much. But You can try to roll a perception check, but it's going to be a little bit difficult because it is very dark. In the darkness, as you try to pick up anything, any characteristics about it, it's so hard to see. It's difficult to tell which one of these is the one that you saw. The smell of the scent starts to make way. You see the two chimeras. One of them budges a little bit. You see a little interest coming through. The other one though still seems fairly dormant. Okay. It's going to be this one over here towards the top, all right? So if you want to make your way, you could go ahead and slowly make your way towards that one. The one down below is still very docile. The one that you were talking to that noticed a scent, you see it sniff the air, sniff at where you are. It starts to lick its lips. All three of them, all three of the heads starts to lick its lips and just kind of looks and starts sniffing at you. Roll an animal handling check for me, please, since you're right there. Okay. Do you want to do that too? You can assist her if you like, but yeah, go ahead and assist her if you want to do that. And right, let's just. Oh man, is that it? Okay, let's go ahead. Since you're vibing with this monstrosity right now, go ahead and roll that so that you're currently engaged in this vibe with this monstrosity. So we keep track of that. Uh, yeah, just get a little bit closer, then that'll be fine if that's what you want to do. Uh, and let's just say at this time that you are like you're connected, right? You're like whatever it is, telepathically vibing with this chimera. That chimera seems to be. He seems to be reacting a little more positively to you. Doesn't seem to be as aggressive. Ori, as are you getting closer and closer to him? You do notice that he is. That there are large gashes in its abdomen. You see a bit of blood. It's like there's a dry bit of blood there, but also there are other parts where you can see the blood is still wet and still moist. And so as it tries to get up slowly, however, it has trouble standing on all four paws. Yes. Go ahead, or you can do a perception check. Let's do that. And I'm sorry, not for Ori, for Mikage. I'm sorry, for Mikage. I'm sorry, I misspoke. And then for Ori, you are currently checking on this thing. For Dave, I mean you've got packages and packages of hot dogs right now, right? You've carried so many of them. Okay. Mikage, as you look around you, you notice that the the other chimera from whence it was when you first saw it, it's actually moved. It's no longer the same spot anymore. It seems to have jostled a bit. At the same time, too, you start to see around the vents there is there's a bit of a let's call it a texture or some type of residue along this grating right here where you're nearby. As you creep along, you start to see this other chimera start to poke its head around the side. You see it mid its head sniffing around at this point. Go ahead. What are you trying to do per se? Here's what I guess. What are you trying to do? Okay. Yeah, that would be animal handling. Let's do that. So go ahead and roll out animal handling for that. Oh, wow. 19. That's impressive. Wow, okay. Okay. The chimera starts to go over towards the ration, but immediately you recognize that the chimera doesn't seem to be as interested in these these dehydrated food rations that you have. However, you pick up immediately the chimera starts smelling the scent of the hot dogs, and at the same time sees you and starts approaching you now a little bit more aggressively. I'll give you at this point, you've got like one more thing to do before I tell you what happens next. Sorry, I should have pointed this out. I should have said this. That door is sealed off, so it's just this center area right now. Yeah. They are loose. This one is moving. Oop, not that way. Too many. Come on. Why are you? Mm-hmm. Yes. It is still dark. Ori, let's see, because you're the expert here. You said you were, right? Let's go ahead and let's do. Oh my goodness, what is this one? I'm gonna say that's gonna be. I'm gonna make that a survival check. No. Let's do a history check. Actually, history. You're really good at this. History. So history. Ori, roll a history. You can tell immediately that the one closest to you is in fact a girl. The other one, however, is too far away to see. Yeah. However, at this point, the moment you decide, you say, hey guy, you recognize, oh, this is a girl. The other one now rears up its heads, charges in for attack. Everybody roll initiative. I think it is. I'm trying to turn it down. Yeah. I'm trying to turn down the music right now. See if that helps any. Huh. Why did you do it that way? That's interesting. Yeah, you guys did not rest after you guys finished the last combat, so I was kind of surprised about that. Okay, so at this point right now, you've got the chimeras. They are, one of them is, you've noticed one of them is injured very badly. The one that is very friendly to you, Ori. However, the other one seems to be quite hungry. Obviously, since they have been chained down here for quite some time or so. Now, I will give you guys a minute to kind of think about what you want to do. There we go. God damn it. Okay. And then also, we have talked about this a little bit, but if you guys have like turns that are in tandem with one another, or right next to each other, you can work together for that turn if you want. Okay. So I'll give you guys a minute. Y'all go ahead and figure out what y'all want to do. Here we go. Okay, time is up, guys, so let's go ahead and kick it off. Ori, you are up first. I'm going to try and keep you guys moving quickly, so go ahead and go. And also keep in mind, this is like right here is a giant pit in the middle as well, too, okay? Okay, so I'm going to do that. I'm going to have him roll a DC 15, 16, wisdom throw. 13. Mm-hmm. That's okay. Let's see. No worries. You just wanted to target him though, right? The one right next to you? Okay. Okay. He is, the spell works. You see him drift off into hypnotic slumber. Okay? Or she, I'm sorry. She drifts off into hypnotic slumber. Sorry. Proper pronouns. Sorry, guys. Go ahead. Okay. That one, so she has fallen asleep. However, the other one is still looking squarely at you. Do you want to do anything else? Otherwise, I'm moving to Dave. All right, so go ahead and you can do the, I think, 5-6 spaces. Okay, Dave, at this point, you feel Ori kind of rush up behind you, lets you know that, hey, the other one is asleep, but now you're staring face to face with this Chimera. What are you doing? You're going to have to move them around. So 1, 2, 3, yeah. 4, 6. There you go. Okay. Okay. Roll a perception check. And Mikage, get your action ready in just a moment. It's still quite dark. However, as you look down into this hole, you can tell that it is quite deep. Probably about a good 20, 30 feet down or so. Okay? All right. At this point then... Oh, no, don't do that. I totally messed that up. Sorry. What is it doing? Okay, all right. That's cool. Go ahead and enter your rage. Okay. At this point, the other Chimera, seeing you, Mikage, starts to approach you very quickly. You can tell that he's hungry. He reaches over and let's see what he do. He's going to bite you, and then afterwards then claw at you as well. Roll 2 defense rolls. Tell me what you're doing. So go ahead and click that other formula button, which will allow you to do so. Oh, that one's no bueno. And 10. Okay, so the first one connects, the second one does not. The first one hits, it's going to hit you for 11 hit points of damage. And then after that, after he hits you, you see his mouth, like his dragon head kind of rear up, and he just like spits this flame out towards you as well. At this point, it's going to be a 15-foot cone. So this is going to look like, what is it, like this? Right there. So 15-foot cone or so. So it's only just going to be you. And you need to make a DC 15 dexterity roll. Yes. Yeah, because he does a multi-attack. So he does the first one, which is a horn, and then a claw. And then afterwards, then he does this fire breath, where he just like... Yeah, it's a save. Uh-huh. Ooh, just there. Okay. All right. You're only going to take half of this, but that half is going to be another 12 hit points of damage. It's going to go out. 12 hit points. Yeah. You can feel your body now scorched on fire now. And so he is, his mouth stops breathing, but however, he's looking at you, hoping that he's cooked you for a meal. All right. Do you have a reaction for that? What are reactions? You have one reaction: emanate telekinetic energy or gift of chromatic resistance. Okay. Take damage from a creature within 10 feet. You can use reaction to force creature. 2d8. Wow. Okay. All right. So in this case, that one is. He's going to make a DC 13, or he's going to take 2d8 damage. So he's going to take 10. Okay, all right. So he's got to take a strength. Let's do this now. Him. Yeah, he does not. Does he take all of it or just half of it? Let's see. On a fail. Only on a fail. Yeah. Okay. So he does not take the damage. However, he is buffed back. He's pushed backwards, but he still has his eye squarely on you. All right. It is now your turn. Sorry. Here you go. It is now your turn, Mikage. You've been scorched, and you're looking at him squarely in the eye. What are you doing? Okay. Yeah. All right. So wait. So you're gonna cue yourself, and then you're gonna try to lure it over to the edge. Okay. All right. Do a. Okay. You're gonna heal yourself for 3. And I'm just noticing your hit points are still pretty high. Did you? Okay. Let's just leave it be for right now. I'll check it out later. All right. And then so you can heal yourself for 3, and I guess describe what it looks like, how you're luring him over, or how you're luring it over. Mm-hmm. Okay, go ahead and give her a performance check. Solid. You've totally distracted the Chimera. The Chimera is intently following you. It's like following your every movement of your wings and your arms. It's totally focused on you. All right. Okay. Top of the round now. As you guys are trying to divert the attention of this Chimera, however, you start to see this black goo start to seep, bubbling up through this grating right over here. It starts going from like a small puddle to a larger, ooze as it's coming up. And as it does so, you see a large mass come up, and it is immediately this giant, just black, oozing, pulsating creature coming forth from right there. All right. I will give you guys a minute. Go ahead, figure out what you want to do. You got 20 seconds in. Fifteen seconds. One way to find out. All right. It's time, guys. We're gonna move this forward. So when your turn comes up, you better know what to do. So all right, Ori, you are up. As you back up, you start to see this again. The bubbling, oozing creature start emerging from the vent. It is now ominously close to you. What do you do? Let's see, do a DC 16 saving throw. Well, you do it with burning hands. So you're gonna touch it. Is that right? Oh, it just shoots out from your hands. It shoots out from your hands. Thank you. Let's do a save it throw. 14. It does not like it. So do the damage. Go ahead and click that damage real fast. I'll do a damage. I got you. Let's do normal. 11. Nice. Okay. It's going to take 11. It starts to hiss. You can hear it almost like squealing a bit from the fire. However, you see bits of it just kind of melt off. Whatever it had on it just kind of melts off. And you see that kind of just like fall on the floor and kind of just disintegrate. However, it is still quite sizable. Okay, anything else? It is tricky. Gotcha. All right. Okay. Dave, you got the sleeping chimera behind you, but you've also got this giant black oozing pudding next to you. What are you doing? Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right. Let's consider that a bonus action then. So you've done that, right? So you can do that. Okay. The sausages are scattered all around him. And then? Okay, all right. So again, roll the attack. Let's see how it goes. No, it's going. Sorry, you got to do. You got to click on the. Ooh, you got a whole bunch of them. No, it's okay. All right, there you go. Go ahead. This that the chat box one. Click the attack. Perfect. This one lands, and then roll attack, or roll damage. I'm sorry. Roll the damage one. For 7 damage. Awesome. Okay. All right. Let's see. Okay. The javelin flies through the air. It hits him for 7, right? And as it does so, you see it split the black ooze into 2. And now, instead of one large amorphous creature, you now have 2 of them right there. Actually, it's like the. There you go. Yeah. Well, you've already done your bonus action, remember? So you threw your javelin. You threw the whatchamacallit, the hot dogs already. So you've thrown your javelin. Remember? Does that count as an attack? I will allow it. Yeah, I'll allow it. Go ahead. Yeah. Oh, snap. I may not have given it to you and then it's okay, hold on a second. Okay, I'm gonna start adding it, but while I do that, oh goodness. Give me 1 second. 1 second. Bag of beans. There we go. Here we go. Bag of beans. Boom. I don't remember how many you had from before, but you should have it in your inventory now. Okay? I think I had like 12 or something. Let's just say. All right, I will give you some right there to keep up your inventory. Okay. Okay, so are you using a bag of beans or no? You doing that? All right, let's put a fruit tree in there. Oh, man. I don't have the fruit tree thing in there yet. Okay, all right. I will put a fruit tree up in a second. But okay, fruit tree starts to grow. However, as it goes up, it hits the ceiling. You can see it do so. And it has a certain amount of, I think, plants, right? Is it 47? Sorry, wait a second. One d8. Oh, 7 of them are magic in this case. And then 1d10 plus 20. It has 24 fruit, and of the 24, 7 of them are magical. Which, while one acts as ingested poison of the GM's choice. So you have a 1 out of 7 chance if you eat it of it being poisonous, the other one healing you. Okay? All right. Let me just draw this circle real quick. So this, I'm just going to put this. This is a tree right here. It's just basically, there you go. It's really janky right now. But if the tree is right here, I'll put another one later. Okay. All right. I think you're up on you're done there. This Chimera now is busy just chomping away at the hot dogs. Seems to be pretty occupied with that. However, you can see it kind of like moving around a bit. Mikage starts to get dangerously close to you, and as it's busy chopping around, you see its tail just like whip around, and it's headed towards your way right now. Go ahead, roll a defense roll, and tell me what you do. Okay, all right. So go ahead, roll your defense roll. Okay. You try to make it. I mean, you duck underneath, but as you try to do so, it still catches you, knocks you, hits you back in that direction. You make it towards this way though, but you're gonna be knocked back. You're gonna take 7 hit points of damage on that. Okay, as you're knocked over that way. Okay, it is now your turn though, because that Chimera still is pretty busy consuming those things. All right, go ahead. Tell me what you're doing. You would need to light it, yes. Mm-hmm. Yeah. You can light it. That's a bonus action to do. You can throw it if you do that, but that's basically your turn, right? So if you want to do that. Yes. All right, go ahead. Give me a dexterity throw on that. A dexterity roll. That's solid. And go ahead and give me a. Let's do. It's going to be a. I'll roll damage for you. Let's just do this. It's going to be R1D. Let's do this. D6 plus 2. Okay, you're going to deal 4 damage to the one closest to you, right? Alrighty, okay. He's going to take 40 one. He's going to take 4 damage. You can hear squealing again. He's going to be crying out in pain in this case. Okay. All right, anything else? All right, okay, alrighty. So now, this one closest to you, Mikage, you see it slink on over. It moves closer and closer to you, and as it does so, you see it like its giant pseudopod of an arm reach out and try to just like cover you and just try to touch you. You can see it like as it falls on the ground. You can see it like dripping, and it kind of burns whatever is there. There's like a bone or something that's like lying on the floor, and as a little piece of it breaks off, it touches the bone, and you see it kind of melt a little bit. So now this hand is moving towards you now. Roll a defense roll. Tell me what you're doing. Okay. All right. It's slow in its movement. You're able to pick up on this. You roll out of the way, so you are successfully out of the way. All right. The other one, Ori, same thing. Starts to move over, starts creeping over slowly towards you. You see that pseudopod of an arm come out, trying to touch you. Roll a defense roll. Tell me what you're doing. Okay. And that is perfect. In this case, again, as you back up, you're able to avoid it out of the way, and you see the pseudopod kind of arm shrink back in. Okay. All right. Top of the round, guys. As you are going to continue with this, you start to hear a gurgling sound from the other vent now. You look over and you start to see more black goo start to bubble up. And just like that, you see another one. 6 seconds, yep. Correct. Okay, I'm gonna give you guys a minute to go. I'm gonna go to the bathroom real fast, but I'll give you guys a minute to talk about what y'all want to do. Okay, I'll be right back. Okay, alrighty, I am back. Have you guys figured out what you want to do? Okay, all right, here we go. We're going to kick it off. Ori, you are up first. The two creatures, the two black puddings that you see now, they are much smaller in size than it was initially. So after it's being split, it has cut and smaller into smaller pieces. The Chimera is still very busy feasting away. The other one's behind you, sleeping away. What are you doing? Alrighty, let's see what happens here. Alrighty. Mm-hmm. Very cool. All right, that sounds really kick-ass. Let's do this. Okay, so each of them are going to have to do a DC 16 strength throw, right? Or else it will take a 2d6 bludgeoning damage. So let's do this one first. Wow, totally got it. That one did not get it. However, the other one, let's do that one now. He totally gets smashed. Okay, so he takes this and he's going to be, I guess, push the damage button to tell us how much. So he's going to take, roll the damage. Ooh, that's a big one. 20, damn it. Oh my goodness. Okay, you see him just get squashed, right? He is squashed. Now he is just an itty bitty little puddle now at this point. He is, minuscule in size. You see a huge amount of him just wither away and just smash underneath. He's still itty bitty now, but he's still there. He's still there, but he's just a small speck of what he used to be from before. All right. Mm-hmm. Can you make it go all the way over there, or is it only within the sphere? Or the circle, I mean. 60 square. Okay, all right. Okay, this one lands. Go ahead and roll damage on that. Yeah, you can just push the same one from... Oh, what is it for? Oh, you can do that 46, yep. /R. I got you. I'll just do it real quick. Here we go. Ooh, 14 damage. Very nice. Okay, all right. He's going to take 14 damage on this. Boom. And at the same time, too, as the lightning strikes him, you start to see it split him asunder in two. And now there are two of them, just like from before. This one, though, however, they are smaller in... Come on now, mouse. Smaller in size. So this one is... it did work. However... Correct. There we go. All right. Awesome. That was cool. And I think you're done, right? Is that correct? Am I correct in that? Okay, Dave, you are up. You've just seen lightning strike, but however, now there are more of these creatures than before. What do you want to do? What are you doing? Okay. A D24. Well, you just said an 8% chance, right? You've got an 8% chance of doing it. So okay, so let's just roll an R1D1, an R1D100, and then if it's under 8%, then okay, so you're good. Wait, is that for each apple though? That's for each one, right? So because you're eating two, right? Oh, what chance do you have? Okay, well if it's 1 out of 24, then let's do this. Let's see if it actually works. Can you do an R1D or 1D24? Let's see what happens. I'm just curious. Oh, look at that. That's kind of cool. Hey, that's pretty cool. All right. Right. Yeah, and then do it again. So do an R 1d24, and if you get like a 1, like a failed ending. Okay, you're solid then. Yes, it's a 1d7. But what is the magical ability? It just says I get to choose. Okay, go ahead. Roll the R 1d7 then. Let's just see. Oh yeah. Okay, so in this case it's not below. Okay, however, you are going to gain. Let's go with let's see how many hit points are. I'm gonna do 1d6 plus 3. Here we go. You're gonna gain 5 hit points and then 9 hit points. Oh wow! All right, there you go. So you're gonna gain some life back from that, from eating that out. Those 2 apples. Okay. 15. You're gonna gain 15 from that. So very fortuitous. Wow, that puts you. Oh, that was a really good move. Very smart. Excellent calculations made. Okay. Oh man. And which one? Okay, all right. Go ahead, give it a damage. Let's see. That one lands, and then does 6. Okay, all right. So it's gonna be 6. And then as such, this one again also splits into 2. So now you've got another one here. But now this one is only any hit points. There you go. But they are shrinking in size now. So this one is smaller in size. He's going to be... And then this one is also going to be... The dude closest to you furthest away. This one you're talking about? Okay, all right. That one attacks. It does 5. That's 5. However, let's see. This one splits again too. Here we go. Hold on. You've got a boatload of these. This is crazy. All right. He's going to be at 15. Okay. All right. You'll just take my word for it that he is smaller. Man, I wonder if there's a way to automate this. That'd be pretty cool. Okay, all right. You got a whole boatload of black puddings going around now, but that's cool. Okay, and I think that's your turn. At this point, the Chimera he's starting to get a little drowsy. Mikage, it's over to you now. You see a huge, you see several of these like just creatures, these black oozes all around you. What are you doing? You're what, about 30? Yeah, you could get about, I think your distance is what, 30? Yeah, your speed is 30. Yeah, you could do a dash. So yeah, if you do a 60, you just go, yeah, that way if you want. So however you want, you can get up to wherever 60 feet is. Yep, 60 feet. Okay, all right. You can go here. Yeah, that's fine. Yep, you can do that. Okay. I'll just move you there. It's cool. Oh, there you go. Perfect. No, you're good. You're good. Okay. All right. You've made your dash. You're over there now. You seem to be safe. The black puddings are they are moving around in different directions. Okay. Each of them now, you start to see them kind of meandering about. They're starting to follow you around. They don't get very far. They're pretty slow creatures. This one starts moving this way. This one starts moving this way. This starts moving this way. Okay. Mm-hmm. Perfect. Is it within the turn, right? So it's within its at the end of its turn? Okay. Okay, all right, cool. So this one's going to do, and you said it's a what now? It's a strength, is that right? Fresh memory. It's a strength check, DC 16. Okay, all right, here we go. Or take X amount of damage, is that right? All right, here we go. Creatures with let's see, radius, swing actions. Each creature in the sphere, when it appears on that end, ends on its turn with CC. Okay, cool. So here we go. Saving throw for the first one. Okay. Wow, 16 or 17. So that one is okay. This one now, we'll do it. That one is okay, and then last one. $16. All right. So in this case, they don't take it. It's not half damage. It's just no damage, right? Yeah, it's saving throw or take. Yeah, so there's no half damage on that. Okay. Okay. All right. So that is their turn. They did not take any damage. All right. Top of the round now for you guys. You guys got a minute. Here we go. They took it the first time. So the first time it got squashed. One of them got squashed. The second time they all managed to pass by they all managed to pass their saving throws because it was 16. So they all rolled like really high, which I'm very surprised at. But wait, what's that again? No, it is not open. Sorry. It is I should have drawn it better, but there's no back. This is closed off. So it's only just this entrance that you made into right here. So consider this over here no gate, I should say. Consider that no gate. Make that. Okay, all right. And for Mikage, what are you doing? They're pretty small. Okay. Okay, all right, sounds good. So Ori, you are up first. They are coming slowly towards you, but mind you, they're like little cute little blobs now, just kind of making their way towards you. What are you doing? Perfect. All right. Roll damage for me too. Let's see how they do. I just want to see what it is, so in case we know automatically how much damage is going to be done. 16. Sweet. Okay. Could you catch one in a glass jar? Is that what you're asking? Potentially, yeah. You could potentially do so. All right. Let's see how this one does. This one gets torched. You see this one just go up in flames. You hear it just like crying out, "Eee!" And then it just like kind of fizzles and dies. So this one is a dead one. Which one are you? Okay, so you did. And then this one over here, let's do the same thing. Oh, nice. Okay, this one goes down as well too. Again, you just hear this screaming, whistling as they're crying out in pain. But these two are now dead. You got them both. Boom, they're both done now. All right. Mm-hmm. No, that's the other black one. Black blob. Black pudding. Mm-hmm. Alrighty, and let's see. He needs to do a... Goodness. Oh, just an event. Yeah, go for it. So do your... This one hits. It lands. And go ahead and do your damage. It's /R, or you could do. You see these down at the bottom. There's these polygons down at the bottom. You can click 4 times. You. $17, very nice. Okay, 17 minus 17. Boom. All right, it is shrunk down even more in size at this point. It is, let's say it's about the size of a puppy at this point right now, okay? Let's say it's about the size of a puppy. So it is significantly smaller, but it's about the size of a puppy. So not jar size, but let's say, purse size, if you want to carry it around in a purse. Okay, next up then, Dave. You've got, Ori's taken out 2 of them. You've got still 2 small squishy ones in front of you. What do you want to do? Okay. I like that you've done the math. Take your word for it. Let's go. I'm waiting for it. I got 1d22. I got, it's a 12. There we go. All right. Alrighty, so the first one you get, how much hit points do you have right now? 27. Okay, cool. 1d6. Is that how much it was? Alright, so you gain 4 hit points back, and then this magic. Oh man, I wish I had a roll table. I don't have a roll table for that. Let me see. Magic effect. Okay, go ahead, roll me a 1d100. And then I've just got a list of things that are just randomly here. 1d100. $29. All right, 29. That means for the next minute, you can only see through the eyes of the creature closest to you. For the next minute, you can only see through the eyes of the creature closest to you. So in this case, you're closest to the Chimera. But interesting. But so you can see through the eyes of the Chimera, but he's kind of hypnotized right now. So you are basically so you're blinded right now. Yeah. For the next minute or so. All right, throw a bean, go for it. Okay. Keep in mind, I'm gonna say that your vision obviously is impaired. You're blinded, so you're not gonna go very far. All right. Okay. All right. At this point now, the Chimera has finished up its feast. It starts looking around. This time it sees you, Mikage, and it starts like, starts picking up a scent again, starts moving towards you. At this time, it is still very hungry. It throws out a horn and a claw. So give me 2 defense rolls and tell me what you do. Oh, nice. First one. Uh-huh. Yep. And then give me another one. Oh, solid. Okay, so it misses both of you on, you can tell it's pretty full, and so it totally misses. So you're good on that side. It totally whiffed on both of those. Okay, perfect. It is your turn now anyway, so you've gotten a good distance away. Let's put you right here now. Okay, now it is your turn. You see this puppy-sized blob kind of inching its way, trying to get closer to you, but it's, just kind of moving slowly. What are you doing? Okay, all right. In this case, it's going to do some damage. So do an attack. So that would be just do an unarmed attack, real quick. Roll for that. Did you find it? It's on inventory, and it's on your weapon, so unarmed strike. If you click on, not use feature, use item, no. Should be an action. Feature, use free. No, it's not that. Okay, I'll just do it for you, just for expediency right now. Let's do that. Normal, here we go. That one lands, okay, and it's gonna do this much damage. 4 hit points of damage, all right. It is now at this point the size, it's shrunk down quite a bit. Now it's about the size of a rabbit. Okay, so it is now the size of a rabbit or so, depending on the size of canisters you have. You may be able to scoop it, but it depends on what you have and on your person. A water skin would probably not capture that. I would say no, that would not be enough to do that. Okay, anything else? Okay, all right. Okay, this one starts moving its way over. In this case, it's going to be, which one's closer? It's closest to Dave. So in this case, it senses Dave. It starts moving over this way, but it needs to make a strength roll. Let's see, and on its turn. And it gets squashed. All right, so how much damage does this one do? If it's, you said 2d6? 2d6. gonna take 8 damage. All right. Then this one dies too. As it starts moving its way towards you, a big rock just splatters it, and it is gone. So this one's dead now as well. All right. So he's dead. Let's see. Next one up then. It goes 1, 2, 3. Who is that one? That one is... He makes his way out of it. He only goes about halfway though, but he's still very small. And then finally... He also makes his way slowly out of the thing. He starts moving towards you, Dave. And then the final one over here starts moving its way towards you, Mikage. You see its hand, its pseudopod again, reach out towards you. You see the drips of it drop down. It touches a rat, and you hear the rat just like scurry away. Roll a defense roll. Tell me what you're doing. Alrighty. Let's see, 18 in this case. That is not enough. You try to bat it away, but as you do so, you inadvertently, you feel it just scrape against the side of you. You feel it stinging from the acid. You're going to take 4 hit points of damage on that. And you can feel on your armor now, you can feel there's like a dent now where it used to, where it touched you, okay? All right, guys, top of the round. Let's see. Yep. Top of the round. Oh man. Wait, so keep in mind, okay, so you were walking, this is gonna be stupid, but you were walking towards it, right? So if it looks at you, your perspective will be of him looking at you. So will you, when you point at things, you know what I mean? Like you'll have to know which way to point at. I was gonna say you're gonna have to act in third person. Okay, cool. All right. All right. Okay. Interesting. Okay. And Mikage, how about you? What are you gonna do? Okay. All right. Here we go. Ori, you're up. These two little cute little pudding creatures are making their way towards Dave. What are you doing? Those land. Actually, those land. So do damage. Go ahead, do damage. Oh man. All right. Tell me how you want them both to go down. All right. All right. Fair enough. That sounds good. Okay. Are you done with your turn? Is that it? Okay. All right. And that was what? Okay. I think you just got to do an attack, right? A range attack, I think it is. Nope. Just do, I think, an R 1d20. Just do that. Or a dexterity roll is probably your best bet. This one lands. Go ahead, roll damage for that. It's 2d6, right? I think. Oh, 4d6. Do that. That's awesome. More than likely, but let's see what happens. Yeah. Could be possible. Whoa, look at that. 18. Okay, this one definitely goes down. All right. So it is dead. It's done. It's done. So it's squished into a pile. Like the lightning just strikes it, and again, now there's just a little black soot spot where that was. Okay. Okay, Dave. At this point, you are still blind, but from what you've heard, from the squealing, it doesn't sound like any black pudding's on your way. What are you doing? All right. Okay. Let's say it's one of those magic eyes. You know what I'm talking about from those books? That's what you're looking at right now. You're looking at a magic eye, right? With these patterns. Do you know what I'm talking about? It's like a 3D image of a unicorn pops out at you, right? And you're like, whoa, I've never seen this before. Something from like, I don't know. It's like Lisa Frank or something, right? Okay. 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 At this point, the other Chimera lurches over this metal. I'm sorry, this stone debris. Sees Mikage still intent on eating at you again. Horn and a claw. So give me 2 defense rolls. Tell me what you're doing. Ugh. Okay, yeah. So in this case, both of them land. So in this case, one of them's going to do 9, and the other one's going to do 10 hit points of damage. So a total of 19 on you. It is very set on eating you right now, Mikage. So no bueno. So did you already do your hit points or no? Like you're at 23, right? So minus 19. You're at 4. Thank you. Okay. All right. Perfect. Yeah. There you go. Ooh, little blood splatter there. Okay. All the other puddings are dead. So I'm just going to go ahead and remove them all from combat. So now it is your turn. Yes, Mikage, it's your turn. Oh, no, hold on. Sorry. It's Mikage's turn. Mikage's turn. I'm sorry. No. She just got hit. She just got hit. Now she is right there. Those apples. So do your healing. Let's see. You can heal too. Yep. You call forth the nature spirit. This is okay. So you guys get 2. So yeah, it's kind of like a, yeah, you just go through it and you get a little more hit points. All right. Okay. You're out of the way. I'm sorry. And you get healed too? All right. And the Chimera gets 2. I'm sorry. Thank you. +2. There we go. Okay. All right. Top of the round now, you guys. There's only one left. There's just the Chimera who is chasing after you. All right. Y'all got a minute. What are you going to do? All right. Dave, what about you and Mikage? Okay. Mikage, how about you? Okay. All right. Sounds good. So Ori, kick it off. Let's see the hypnotic pattern. All right, here we go. So hypnotic pattern on this creature. Let's see. Saving throw 16. That's solid. It falls asleep. You see its eyes kind of roll into the back of its head, and it gently falls, lands on the ground. Boom. It is knocked out. Okay, guys. That is the combat. I give you another 2 hit points because you're in the area now. Okay, all right. I think I'm going to call it, but I'm also going to kind of set up. I guess we'll talk about what's going to happen next. So you guys have now the chimeras are asleep. There's no more black puddings oozing out of the vents, so it seems like the coast is clear. However, you have 2 sleeping chimeras next to you. What are you guys thinking about doing next? Oh, that's the one definitely that y'all vibed with. Yeah. Of course. Yes. Okay. Now there's only one exit out though. However, keep that in mind. The guards are still outside as well too. So, do you guys have any plan? Or I guess we could leave that for next time too. You want to talk about it now or save it for later? It's up to y'all. Yeah, that's fine. That's fine. And Sean, what were you saying? You were saying something too. You could put in one of its heads or something. So Groucho Marx. But you need three of them though. You could roll for it. I would allow it. You would roll for it, but we'll see what happens. I would allow him to roll for sure. I would definitely allow that to happen. One could dream and hope, right, Rachel? Okay, guys. Okay. Let us do a quick retro, and then afterwards I will that'll call it. So let's start off with Sean, please, if you could. Like, love, learn, lack. Sean. It could have been good too, actually. It's just kind of funny how it rolls. Like I pulled up this roll table for it, and I was like, the number that you had, and it happened to be, it looked through the eyes of a creature closest to you, and you just happened to be right next to, I think it was more circumstantial. You know what I mean? So it could have been good too, right? It could have been good. It could have been, so you never know. Yeah. What would you say? You'll just go on like a really bad trip or something like that, probably. Like red dust, but in a completely different way. No, I'm kidding. I don't know yet. We'll see. In a bad way. Okay. All right. Cool. Thank you, Sean. Appreciate that. Megan, like, love, learn, lack. Okay, cool. All right, perfect. And Rachel, if you could, like, love, learn, lack. Very cool. Well, I feel like we've asked a lot of important, asked and answered a lot of important questions. Like, what was it? How fast would a boulder be going? Right? Like, how fall or like how heavy would some of these things be? Could you lift up a bear with like magic hands or something like that? How much does it, and run at a certain speed or something like that? So these are all very important questions that needed to be asked, anyways, and we answered them. So I think that's a testament to our dedication to math, right? So I think that's good. There we go. All right. All right, guys, I'm going to sign off. I'm going to cut the recording in 3, 2, 1.